Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. This is another gorgeous day in upstate New York, just outside the Adirondacks. We're in Saratoga right now, and we have an interesting dilemma. I have had an ongoing issue with the van, and nothing serious. It's a sensor that keeps going on and off, and it's every time I bring it into the dealership, the sensor goes off. It's funny. It must be mystic. Every time I head to the dealership, it goes off and then it'll come back on. So the last month we've got the van inspected. We're inspected for another year. Oil change, fresh oil change. We are good to go until March for another oil change. But they want to look at this problem that this sensor keeps doing. So we are scheduled for an appointment, but they couldn't get me in for another 10 days. So with fall creeping up on us, or here, although it doesn't feel like it because it's like in the 80s, we have about 10 days to kill before I bring it back into the dealership. And I've decided I think I'm going to explore up here rather than go back straight down to Pennsylvania. We will do that. We'll do that once they get this thing taken care of, because it is under warranty and they have to take care of it. It's been an ongoing issue since we bought it, so it's something that they have to take care of and they have to pay for. So we're going to do some exploring. We're going to do some more adventuring, although I'm not sure it's going to be the same theme that we've been following. But if I play my cards right, and if I decide to do what I'm thinking I want to do, it will be historic, and we'll stop and see what we can find along the way. And in the meantime, I'm going to be trying out some new mounts, some new camera mounts. I've had them for a couple of months and just haven't tried them, and so we're going to try them. I just did the mount on the dashboard, where it's actually on the dashboard, where I don't have to hold on to it. So that worked out really, really well, and that is in an upcoming video that I've got, where you can see the results, that it really came out good. So we're going to try some mounts along the way. I got 10 days to kill, so we're going to see what trouble we can get into. So hang on, and I will pick this back up once we find something interesting. And I am headed in a direction that I hadn't really planned on, but this is it was always kind of out there, kind of a visit list, but it was never really serious. So anyway, if we manage to get there, I will get back to you. So everyone, this is one of my new mounts, and this is a metallic clamp on the side of the van, and it's clamping to one of the very few metallic places on the van in the front, and we're going to see how this works and how this looks. It may not come off well, but we're going to give it a shot, and we'll see. This way I don't have to hold a camera. I'm really it's getting old holding cameras and driving at the same time. So we'll see how this works. So how does it look, guys? Does it look okay? This is an experiment, so we're still tweaking it a little. I have the full gas tank. I have stocked up with groceries for a few days. I am good on the water. And I think we're all set for a weekend. And this weekend is going to take me, hopefully, if everything goes right, to Plymouth, Massachusetts, to visit the founding of my family, I guess, here in America. I am a descendant of Richard Warren, who was on the Mayflower. So we're going to give this a shot. I don't have any firm plans on how we're going to do this. I've only done a cursory look at places where I can stay overnight in the area. And it looks like there's possibilities. So we are going to do this. You know, fate loves the fearless. So hang on, and if I see anything interesting, the colors still are just not that good. So we're gonna wait, and hopefully at some point in the next week, the fall colors will kind of pop a little better than they are. Because right now they look terrible. So if this looks good, and if it comes out good, and it's not too awful, this might be a way to keep doing this. So I don't have to have my hands on the camera. Unfortunately, you don't get a good look at the scenery. So, but we're going out towards Schuylerville, so I think I've done this drive before. So here we go.
Continue on New York 372 East for 6 miles.
Well, we're heading east on 372 toward Vermont, and at some point over here we should connect with it here pretty soon. We are back out in the country. Into the town of Cambridge, New York. Fall has set in, almost. catch up a little bit later. Well, we're on Owl Kill Road, and it looks like GPS is taking us to Bennington, but not sure. But it's really pretty in here, narrow. It's definitely a back road, but it is pretty in here. Close the windows so we can hear ourselves talk here. Railroad crossing. Bumpy railroad crossing.
In 800 feet, turn right onto New York 22 South.
I am betting that this road...
Take the next right onto New York 22 South.
I'm betting that this is the road that connects up with Ticonderoga 22. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the same road that takes you to Plattsburgh, all the way up to Plattsburgh.
Continue on New York 22 South for 5 miles.
This looks like out here. You're definitely out in the middle of nowhere out here. I think this is Washington County.
Quarter mile, turn right to stay on New York 22 South.
I think these are some of the same directions that we got to go to Bennington Battlefield, because we're headed toward Hoosick and Hoosick Falls. Nope, we're not.
Take the next right to stay on New York 22 South.
Not quite. We aren't quite going to Bennington. That's a shame. I'd like to explore
Continue
Bennington.
on New York 22 South for half a mile.
Maybe on the way back we'll explore a little bit of Bennington.
Turn left onto Johnson Hill Road. Take the next left onto Johnson Hill Road. 5 miles.
Well, it's a pretty drive anyway, if nothing else. It's a pretty drive. Beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous day. I hope the weekend stays like this, because it would be an awful shame to have to do Plymouth in the rain. Although I did do Salem in the rain one year, and that was interesting. Wow, how pretty is this? Here aren't any better than they were in the Adirondacks.
Continue on New York 7 East for half a mile.
This is really too pretty not to video. It is. The colors look actually better here. That's a funny thing. But they do. They actually look brighter here. We're heading on Route 7 East.
In a quarter mile, continue straight.
And we're heading toward Vermont. In a quarter mile, stay straight.
Continue straight.
We are going to miss Bennington.
Continue for 5 miles.
Very pretty. These are the Green Mountains you're looking at up here. Once we get into Vermont, they change from the Adirondacks to the Green Mountains. And then once you hit New Hampshire, they become the White Mountains. It is pretty out here. A lot more rural than I thought it would be. I'm not sure what I expected. I've never been this way before. Very pretty. Everybody, welcome to Vermont, the Green Mountain State.
Welcome to Vermont.
Oh, look at the mountains. mountain ahead of us. Isn't that cool? To prepare here because we're going to have to pull over. There we go. Goes to one lane. Look at that mountain. Isn't that cool? Wow. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. The colors do look better over here. And I know they've been in as much of a drought as we have in the Adirondacks. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. Couldn't tell you why they look better here. That is pretty. That is really, really pretty. We are actually right now about 4 hours away from Plymouth. We're probably not going to do it tonight because I want to be fresh in the morning when I get there. So we're going to find a place somewhere closer, maybe an hour out, maybe an hour and a half out, and we're going to bunk in for the night. Oh, so we are going to Bennington, just a different part of Bennington. Welcome Center. This is North Bennington. Wow, this is pretty. It's hard for this to compare. It's hard for the desert to compare with this. This is just so pretty. It's lush and just feels much more.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take the US
full.
7 South ramp to Vermont 279 East, Brattleboro.
Going here.
Use the right lane to take the US 7 South ramp.
Okay, we're going to do that. Brattleboro and Bennington.
Continue on US 7 South for half a mile. In a quarter mile, use the left lane to take the Vermont 279 East exit toward Vermont 9 East, Brattleboro.
Okay, make sure there's no traffic behind me.
Use the left lane to take the Vermont 279 East exit.
Well, this is interesting. This is interesting.
Continue for 3 miles.
Very interesting. bit as pretty as the Adirondacks. Wow. I'm just going to keep rolling. Because this is really, really pretty. You don't see this out west. You don't see this kind of lush forests out west. There's a reason I'm still not sure I'm a desert girl. This is just special.
Left to continue on Vermont Route 279 East. Keep left to continue on Vermont Route 279 East, then turn left onto Main Street.
Turn left on the Main Street.
At the light, turn left onto Main Street. Continue for 37 miles.
Okay. East on Route 9. We're heading toward Brattleboro. Chain up area. Uh-oh. I'm guessing this is going to be a pretty hilly place. National Forest. Not sure which one it is, but it looks like Green Mountain National Forest. This is what we are in. This is the Green Mountain National Forest. Very cool. I kind of figured we were going to end up into some hilly areas. Talked about this was the section back there where trucks had to put chains on. I kind of figured we were going to head for some hilly areas. one car coming behind me. This one's from Wisconsin. Now I can come out and hopefully pass this guy. Very cool. This is really pretty. This is really, really pretty. This is really, really pretty. There's a Connecticut plate. And Washington plates. Wow. And Pennsylvania plates. A lot of people out. Don't know if they're sightseeing or just traveling for work or just traveling. This is quite the road. Must be we're getting to a spot where it's gonna even out a little bit and smooth out. Cross-country skiing. Wow. This is pretty cool. This is definitely pretty cool. I wonder if we're out of the National Forest now. Not sure. Abandoned church on the right. For turning vehicles. Lakeview. There must be a lake up here somewhere. That's my guess. Cool. I'm glad I could bring you along. This is cool. It drives right. Parking for the National Forest, looks like. National Forest parking, little pond. Cool. Back back in there. On the left. Maybe it is still part of the National Forest. Moose crossing, next 8 miles. Oh, good. Mooses are tough, boy, I have to tell you. We get mooses up in the Adirondacks. It's been a relatively new thing to really see them in the last, I would say, 20 years. You never really saw moose, but now they have a pretty healthy population of moose up there. There's a never-ending warning to just not. You don't go up and pet the moose. There was a photograph that somebody took once, a few years ago, and they put it in the local paper up there. Some girl on a horseback. She was with someone on another horse, and she'd gone up to the moose and to pet him. And the warning is, do not pet the moose. A little bit like don't pet the fluffy cows, the buffalo out west. You know, people do some really stupid stuff when they're not thinking. State Park ahead. Very cool. This is very cool. Woodford State Park. I wonder what their rules are. I wonder what Vermont rules are when it comes to state parks. More windmills. Oh, look at this pond on the right. Is that not cool? Oh, God, is that not cool? God, is that not cool? Caution, new traffic pattern ahead. This is cool. This is really cool. Very pretty, much prettier than the Adirondacks, I would say, right now with colors. Again, I'm just not sure why they aren't as good, because I know that the Vermont's had as much of a drought as the Adirondacks have. Very pretty. It's just too pretty to stop rolling. Film. It's much too pretty to stop rolling film. Work zone. I'm gonna have to stop here for a minute. I gotta check on something in the back. So, shoulder closed ahead. Very cool. So we're just gonna pause this for a little bit. See you when we get here through here. Okay, now we're going down. Unsafe to pass. I need to find a little place where I can pull off for a minute. This guy's pulling off. dog in there in his car. And no parking. Is this pretty? I'm gonna pull over here and see if I can let these people go by. This is pretty though. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Oh, is this not beautiful? Look at this, guys. Wow. Look, the river on the right. Oh my goodness. This is just pretty. Oh my goodness. This is just too pretty not to film. This is just too pretty not to film. Oh my goodness. Try and find something like this out west, guys. Not gonna happen. So I can stop. There's a sign that says it's chained down, so I can stop in about 2 miles. Pull over. Wow. This has been probably one of the prettiest drives. Not the prettiest drive, but one of the prettiest drives. Absolutely beautiful. We New Yorkers will even forgive you for Ethan Allen. I'm sorry. I had to say that. I'm sorry. We're going to pull over for a second because I have to do a couple things. Look at the river. Oh my God, that is so pretty. Look at that river. That is so pretty. Don't know what it is, but it is gorgeous. Wow. Is that not pretty? Like I said, you don't get anything like this out west. Eat your heart out. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Welcome to Wilmington. Oh wow. Oh, it looks low. The water definitely looks low. Oh my God. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous on the right? Wow. Wow. That water looks so low. Wow. That water looks so low. It's supposed to have a really, really snow-packed winter though, so hopefully some of this will get refilled, because we've been in such a drought. The Northeast has been in a really big drought. Spring was kind of wet. April and May were kind of wet, but the rest of the summer's been pretty dry. Oh my God, that's barely a trickle. Speed limit 35. That is barely a trickle. Wow. Oh my God. It looks dry. Wow, just take a look at the water on the right. The gas is here. 309 for regular unleaded. It's a little cheaper than New York. Wow, does that look low? That looks so low. There's barely any water. So we're continuing east. There's a couple of breweries up here. Hogback Mountain. You know, I kind of think I have been here before. Hogback Mountain sounds so familiar to me. I kind of think I've been here before. When I first left home and I first went down to Florida in like the fall of 1979, when I went down to Florida, down to Pompano, I kind of took some back roads. Took me 2 weeks to get there from home. But Hogback Mountain sounds so familiar to me. It really does. So I would not be at all entirely surprised to see that I have been this way once before. It would have been a long time ago, but the name Hogback Mountain just, it's not a familiar name. It's not a common name, so I am really honestly thinking that I came this way at one time. There were a couple of things I wanted to see in Massachusetts, and I came this way. It just doesn't, it doesn't seem like it's not something I haven't seen before. So we are on our way here again, going east on Route 9, Vermont. And we're going to have to pull over and have lunch here somewhere along the line. Very cool though. This is so cool. We got a 6% grade coming up. And I got a big truck on my tail. so. Now the colors over here in this section look much too brown for me. They look a little bit like the Adirondacks. I'm not seeing as much vibrancy here. Looks like we got another hill to go up. Much of a hill, but we've got traffic coming. Find a place to pull over and have lunch. I haven't eaten this morning. There's some pretty reds on the left. To the right. I think we're coming into Brattleboro. Grade. This is a cutie. Unsafe to pass. Vermont. The Vermont that I've seen so far reminds me so much of the Adirondacks. And we got a 7% grade. Must be coming out of the mountains. of campers out. A lot of Massachusetts license plates I've seen. Doggies. This one's cute. This is a cute turn. This one's... This is what they call a switchback. To stay, but it's on a hill, and I don't like parking on hills. Very cool. It's just really, really cool. I may have to break this up into two parts. This has just been too pretty to stop filming. Vermont Maple Museum. And they do claim that there is a difference between New York maple syrup and Vermont maple syrup. Although I'm not exactly sure what it is. That would have been a nice place too to stop. But I want some solar. Nice not taking the highways. Must be some hiking trails or something here. A lot of camping areas on the right. Not sure, it looks a little sketchy to me. Looks a little sketchy to me. Trucks entering. Welcome to Brattleboro. Okay, I'm going to slow down. Brattleboro's a pretty big town, if I remember rightly. I'm going to be able to find a place to stop and have lunch. We must be coming into town because the speed limit is reduced. 35. So I'm guessing we're coming into town. There's a parking lot, but it's a diner parking lot. Don't know if it's a park. Would be nice to find a little park where we can park. Ooh, Cumberland, $2.96 for gas. $2.89 across the street. Cheaper. You don't have to drive it through the mountains. $2.99 at the Gulf Station. Looking for a little park where I can park in the sun. Or even a parking lot where I can park in the sun. It's a Dollar General.